not yet gotten into Singularity at all yet. Oh, and CSP Signal too. No pressure, no pressure. We saw that there was a big update on Singularity. It happened 1 hour and 48 minutes ago, as of right now. Fonsui brought it to my attention about an hour after it came out. But I actually had some problems logging into Singularity, and therefore I have not yet actually gotten all the way in. As soon as I managed to make it to the login screen, I just stopped and was getting ready to talk to you guys. So we're going to go in and learn about it together. Normally I like to review this stuff personally a little bit first, but this is more fun. So, ew. So this build, Tranquility to Singularity. Nope, we don't even want that one because that's a lot of stuff. But this is all stuff. Some of this stuff is stuff that we've already seen already. But the big patch is today, from an hour and 50 minutes ago. All of this stuff came to Sissy today, right now. So let's hop into, what should we do first? Look at the Hobo-Leaks or look at the in-game? Let's look at Hobo-Leaks first. See what we can glean and see if there's anything we want to follow up on. All right, let me see if I can do this. Can I do this? And then I can do this. And now I'm good. Hey, look at that. There's also a new Pulse that we could look at and a bunch of other stuff, dev blogs that's come out this last week. By the way, the reason why I haven't been streaming this week is because it is my son's spring break. And while his sister was over to help take care of him and watch him and stuff, she also had her own thing during this time. So I just, you know, I've been dealing with that this week. But this morning I got up and I was like, okay, I can focus on something. So I decided to, because I'd fallen kind of a little bit behind on my videos, to spend the morning just like chunking out all these videos. And then this dropped on my table. So here we go. All right, first, we have new Red Force and Blue Force skins. These have been handing out pretty much every event as part of the reward track for doing the event. We have new clothing to check out. A hoodie. We have hoodies to check out. Awesome. So I don't know if we're going to be able to check these out in-game, but I believe that EG stands for Evergreen. So one of the things that we've noticed, and the biggest takeaway, one of the biggest takeaways, is that the login rewards are changing pretty fundamentally. When I came on to look at the Pulsar stuff earlier this week, I think it was, I noted that there was no more track to get skill points. And I wondered whether or not that was a bug, but it appears to not be a bug. And we are getting a new daily login reward track system. So we have boosters tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, which I think corresponds with, hold on one second. White, well, hold on. Omega gift. Tier 1. Aha, see? Tier 1. Where's the... Okay, that's a tier 1. Tier 3, tier 4, tier 2. So yeah, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. Got it. All right. So we've got, hold on, I'm going to put on the music because if I have to listen to this, you do too. No, give you something. There we go. All right. We have skins tiers, booster tiers, skill point tiers, filaments tiers, and hold on. LGDLI3. Oh, that's Omega. Oh, okay. This is the alpha set. So there's Omega sets and there's alpha sets. Does the alpha Alphas get, alphas get skill points too. So these are probably just like different rewards. And so then these are the rewards within it. So we've got 4,000, 4,500, all the way up to 52,000 skill points for a single item. So that's probably like a tier 4 Omega kind of reward, okay? Next, we have a whole bunch of new skins we're going to check out. So we've got this lineup of Punisher, Crucifier, Merlin, Heron, Tristan, Atron, Rifter. I don't see like a pattern between those. Oh, Burst. Yeah, it's hard to say because like the mix, like that's an Explo, that's kind of more disruption. The Burst is reps, right? Yeah. And then there's a whole, like, there's every single ship is getting this new Halcyon Dawn. So we're going to look at those. There's a lot of ships in this game, by the way. Okay, Halcyon R2 Booster. This booster has been provided through daily rewards. It will apply immediately when redeemed. This gives you 2% to local shield and armor repair modules, ship max velocity, turret missile launcher rate of fire, capacitor recharge, 4% to drone max velocity and tracking speed, mining laser and ice harvester range, scan resolution, signature radius, scan probe deviation, and scan speed. So basically everything is just a little bit better. Also, all the way up to Halcyon R4 Booster, which is a lot better. I gotta remember. I gotta remind myself. Halcyon, denoting a period of time in the past that was idyllically happy and peaceful. I have some funny guesses about where that comes from, but yeah, Fozzie has been busy. All the way up to 5 and 10%. Okay, so there's R1, which is... Hold on, what's the difference between this? Oh, okay, resistances, warp speed and acceleration, optimal range and fall off, missile flight time, capacitor capacity, drone hit points, mining laser and ice harvester cycle time, scan resolution, sensor strength. They both give scan resolution. They both give sensor strength. No. They both give scan resolution. +4 coherence for data analyzers. That's really cool. So this is like the alternative. Like it's the same sort of stuff, but the other aspect of it. Let's hold on. Let's look. This is slot 5. This is slot 5. So you're going to only be able to have one or the other, or one of any of these. This one is hit points, agility, tracking speed, explosion velocity, so application, capacitor recharge rate, drone damage, there's damage, mining laser and ice harvester cycle time, maximum targeting range, sensor strength, and probe strength. So yeah, these I feel like CCP is really trying to make the buffer Stratios into a thing. Or at least the combat exploration Stratios. And then the Y is armor resistance, ship agility, turret missile damage, capacitor capacity, drone optimal range and fall off, drone control range, mining laser and ice harvester, max targeting range, energy warfare resistance, and 4 virus coherence. Are we seeing anything? These don't say limited. What? What do you mean? The skins? Oh, I see. Yeah. These skins look like they're permanent. That they don't really do limited that. I don't know the last time that they have introduced. Is my bot not working? Hold on. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, I don't know why my cloud bot was just shut off. All right, there we go. There you go. So, yep, and then there's the Y, which is armor resistance. Yeah, we got all these. Then we've got Valkyrie Skins. That is incredibly interesting, actually. Incredibly interesting. So, it's worth noting that the Guristas are kind of like the pirate race of the Valkyries. So, well, this is something to keep an eye on. What's up? What did I catch? Oh, that's right. I get it. So all of the current login reward skins are temporary, which is why the question was made. That's a solid point. My bad. You're right. Absolutely right. But these appear to be permanent. And the game avoids duplicates. Well, yeah, that would make sense because you can't, like, sell them. So if you get a duplicate, it's just, you don't get it. Riley, I understand that that's what I'm saying. Like, this could be hunt stuff, but even the fact... So, let's put it this way. CCP bringing up Valkyrie is a big deal. No matter... Even if it is part of the hunt. Like, good on them for keeping that going. Alright. New attributes. Drone tracking bonus. I don't think that matters. Attributes per type. Oh, this is all of the... these are all of the... Like, this is the point defense battery updates, the Proteus updates, etc. All of their warp speed multipliers have become 30. I think that they, if I remember correctly, they did this in order to make it so that they land on grid correctly and not have this giant wait in between waves. Because otherwise you have to wait for their entire warp to be finished. Their inertial modifier has been reduced, which makes them a lot more agile. Synth boost durations have been changed. Is that, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it went from 6 to 36. Yeah, they want it to be smooth. Mystery Night. Oh, yeah, this is for the April Fool's. So there's an April Fool's Day event coming. Limited synth. Oh! You're right. So that's... So... What is a limited synth? Is that the booster that you get from the login rewards? Effects. Drone tracking bonus passive. Okay, I don't think this is going to really matter to us right now. All right, strings. Let's look. Hold on. Yeah, login reward. Okay. This is the drugs. Okay. April 1st. So there is a April 1st, April Fool's Day Abyssal Proving Conduit event in which I believe everyone who goes inside will be given one of these random chaos bonuses. And there will be additional little doodads within, just like in the Doctor Who event, that you can pop to either get benefits or debuffs. Well, I mean, this makes sense, and they've put in a lot of work if they're not going to do it. It makes sense. It's fun. That's nothing. more of the proving conduit stuff. Skins. Proving conduit stuff. Hoodie. Names. Redemptions. Skins. Usually this is all just like the stuff that's being authored. There might be stuff at the end. Let's look. Probably not. Nope. There is not. But there was stuff in the last one. Wait, when did this come? Yeah. So there's the Vortron wording. There's the Sino stuff, the Rockwall Sino stuff. This actually added in verbiage for the Burst Jammer module, turning off your turns off your nullification systems. There's other stuff added in too for the Garissus event, but we still, like, all I can tell you right now is that the Garissus event has been expanded, and it appears like, or at least that there's hacking sites. All right, so let's jump into it. This is with Photon on. I have voiced some frustrations about Photon on Twitter so far, but we'll see it when we go. All right, so I got this blueprint. That's fine. Same as normal.
Connecting.
All right, first and foremost, let's pull up some of these clothing items, because I'm also going to pull up the other clothing items that we've seen before, but are cool enough to show off again. Actually, that's all of them right there. Cool. In that case, let me just go look for the more. I guess I already have all of them from this one, so I will just get it from the previous one. I think. I don't know. Whatever. There's a lot to go over. Man, it is not going to like this one little bit. If you put in too much text into the notepad, it like chokes itself and dies. But yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, see, I'm 1,600 characters out of 3,000 characters. So we'll see how well that works. Abyssal boosters? Wait, what? Abyssal boosters? Yeah, one of the things I don't like about... see, it's going to pop that up. So one of the things I don't like about it is kind of the inconsistency of where things light up. I don't know. Either way, I want to see that kind of get realized a little bit more before I make too much of a thing about it. At least that I can understand what it is first. All right, so the Carmine Horizon skin. This is the one that's for the 2 frigates, I think, of each race. Hello? What? We're just gonna try that again. I don't know if this is working. I don't, is this supposed to be, is this a thing? Is this part of the photon? Or should I just close it and turn off photon? Yeah. I understand that signal, but my point is that like I want my discussion about photon to be like its own thing, rather than try to like go into it as I go, because I'll probably say a bunch of stuff that doesn't actually matter or is true. But this is kind of fun. I have no idea what's going on here. So actually, I think I'm going to have to turn off photon. Is it not liking the fact that it's stacked? Is that the problem? Can I unstack them? More. Close current tab. All right, we're going to turn off Photon for now. I will say that one of the things I really don't like about Photon is how much it doesn't seem to, like, it doesn't, what is it? Its opacity is too low when it's not the focus. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh. Why is light background on by default? All right, yep. It's still not working. Oh no, I'm going to need to restart. Right? Yeah. All right. Shoot, and now my node is going to kill me. Oh boy. Close all tabs. I'm just going to have to paste these back in later. We'll be back, apparently. Don't go anywhere. Note. This is a lot of skins. There's a separate discussion how CCP handles feedback. I actually already posted that video. That video exists. This bug you're seeing is one I've not seen before. Might be connected to Photon, but not sure. Well, I'm going to turn off Photon and just see whether or not that resolves it. Let's hijack the conversation and move it to the UI. You know, yeah, I guess I've kind of assumed that we're going to see a more detailed dev blog or something about what we're looking at when it comes to Photon. But I wouldn't mind stabbing in the dark for a little while, probably on Monday.
Connecting.
I also need to do my AMA. In fact, I think it'll still post it on here. Chances are I will be doing my, I've hit like enough questions now that I'll probably be doing it on Monday. So this is your last chance to throw something up there. Okay. Let's try this again. First of all, I just wanted to show off real quick. Oh, hey, look at that. No. Okay. No, that worked. But it did open it up as like two different, or as a separate tab. I wonder if that behavior, can I close this and change this? We have gone down a rabbit hole, haven't we? God damn it. I'm going to have to turn on. Nah. Yep, we're going to have to check it out. Enable. Wait, did that just like, no. Right? I have to oh, restart required, yeah. The simplest way to describe my thoughts on Photon is that it's the final iteration should look and feel radically different than the rendition currently testable. So I feel like what they're going for is like the holopad look, right? And I think that they probably missed it in a few key ways, but it's going to take me a little while to chew through it to really like understand it, my feelings about it enough to be able to give better feedback than that.
Connecting.
Never worked with a gaming dev who didn't prioritize what they thought was cool over what subs actually wanted. I mean, yeah, rule of cool, man. Ah, see? Now the question is, will it work now? Yay! At least this one does. That's fun. That's a fun bug. Somebody remind me to put in a bug report after this. Anywho. Hey, Jack. Thank you for that follow. Welcome to the rabbit hole, which is EVE Online. Let's put it up here for now. Boom. All right. So I really like these masks. They look really cool. Thanks, Fozzie. You know, if you'd done that as a DM on Discord, that actually could be potentially valuable. All right, can I? Yay! All right, so let's see. There it is. Man, I wonder what this thing's gonna look like when it's dirty. If this is clean, but that is pretty cool. So this is potentially like the new login reward. Is that what I understand? My bad. No. This is the one where there's 8 of them. So this is for 4 different frigates. Carmine Horizon. I don't know where this would be coming from. It could be new stuff from the event, but the event already has a skin. 2 skins, actually. Yeah. We're going to get to the new login reward one. We're not going to go through every single one of the new login reward one, but we can. I'll take requests. Let's pull this over here. Heron. That looks good. I do like this skin. Let's see it on the Atron. Yeah, there is a there's a Tristan one for this one too. I'll do the Tristan. Oops. No. Okay, that looks actually really good. That looks really good. This honestly looks so good. It looks like they designed this skin for the Tristan and all of the other ships just got whatever they got. Right? Like the other ships' versions of this skin is really good, or some variation of decent, but like this is the ship that this skin is made for. I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, that's pretty good. Rifter. Oh yeah, no, that's the thing. Tristan has all of the good. Tristan's just the best ship, or one of the best ships. Tristan's the new Rifter. Shh. Go away, note. Did I miss any? Besides the burst? Nope. That's the last one. See, the burst, while an ugly ship, has a lot of potential when it comes to skins. The white engine nozzles? What's wrong with white engine nozzles? All right, that is it for this Horizon Dawn skin. Now let's look at the one that's like for everything, okay? So this one is called, sorry, that was Carmine Horizon. which I don't actually know what Carmine is, so I don't know the lore behind this. I don't know anything about it. But we do have Halcyon Dawn, as in the Halcyon days. So we're going to start out apparently with the Marshal. So it is a gold recolor of the biosecurity skins. Okay. So in the same way as the biosecurity skins has a copy for everything, or, you know, for every ship, so too does this new Halcyon Dawn. And this is you get a random one of these skins as one of the reward types that you can get. So does anybody want any? Yeah. Well, yeah, a little bit of stretching, maybe. A lot of stretching some places. That is, you know, that's projected textures at work, probably. Look, you can even see where it was like projected from almost. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Revelation? No, this is the login rewards. I do like how shiny the black is. These look really good. I'm really pumped for these. This is what happens when the Imperium win a war, am I right? No. No. Again, biosecurity is still going to be there. It's going to be for the Project Discovery. This is for, like, as you log in now, you're no longer going to, like, get cumulative experience that gives you the 150 at the end. But it looks like the rewards are going to up in quality. There's going to be brand new boosters. There's going to be these skins and skill point payouts. Anybody want to see anything specific? Log in every day of the year, baby. You know what I'm honestly disappointed about with these, though, is that these ones that automatically apply. And honestly, since I got you guys here, I'm going to say this right now. So the thing that frustrates me the most is the fact that if I open up my skin collection and I open up a skin that I want to know more information about, right? Like, let's say, I don't know, Copper Lightning. Oh, wait, I can't even do it that way. So then I come here and I get Can I do it from here? Yeah. Yeah. So if you do the show info from, like, there's two different things. There's the thing that applies the skin, and then there's the skin itself as it's applied to you. And so what frustrates me is that it does not tell you the text of the skin on the applied skin. But in this case, to continue with that, with these, what frustrates me is that, like, I want to know why it's called Carmine Horizon. I want to know why it's called Halcyon Dawn. But this text, this skin will be directly applied to your character, is the only description that that overrides any kind of fluff text. So, CC, please. Skin descriptions on the applied skin. Armageddon. Now I gotta find it in the list. Armageddon Navy issues the same thing. Yeah, I really want to get to the ability to author descriptions on the skin lines themselves, which would be a great place for that lore info. Exactly. Barring that, it might actually be a good idea for there to literally be a section on the Eve portal, on the Eve Universe lore portal, that gives that, that provides those pieces of information, like a mirror of the lore information in game. Almost like the Hitchhiker's Guide to New Eden does for Echoes. Korax? Tristan. Okay, yeah, we can do the Tristan. Maybe. Oh, hold on. We'll work our way down. Dominic's. Myrmidon. Yeah, I think my new EOS is going to look like this. Pretty sure. Or not my new EOS, but you know what I mean. Tristan. I saw an Algo. Oh, there's the Algos up there. Oh, wow. I like some of it and I don't like some of it. This is one of those ones that's like, it's like that Homer Simpson meme where he's like flexing, but if you look behind him, like all of his fat in the back has been like rubber banded together. That's unfortunate. Just look at it for exactly. Algos. I mean, that works. Like a Christmas tree, it doesn't matter if one side sucks. They shouldn't see your rear anyways. You'll never run. All right. EOS should be the same, right? Yeah. Caracal Navy. Well, I found the Cerberus first. Okay. Okay. I mean, that stretching works. That stretching's okay. This is a good skin for this ship. Let's see if the Caracal ends up being as successful. Why? Wow. Actually, I legit really like this, even though it's probably a bug. Is this... I want this to be the final result so bad. This is awesome, actually. But either way, it does look pretty good on the Caracal as well. Yeah, it does follow the Caracal Navy issue Digi. Does... Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, never mind. Just click on this. Oh, you're right. It does. That's actually legitimately really cool. Is that true about all of them? Nope. Interesting. But it's only the Caracal Navy? Hold on. How many rabbit holes can we go down? No. Nope. It is all of the Caldari navies. Right? Glorification of the fit, mortification of the unfit. Who was that? Where was that? Where did that come from? Frosties! You, ma'am, are glorified. How's it going? Everybody go ahead and give Frosties a follow, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Hold on. It's SO Frost. We are just on Singularity looking at the patch, what has been added to the patch, and we're looking at these are the new skins. that are coming. The login reward system is going to be overhauled. So these skins are going to be one of the available rewards for logging in. And these are going to be now permanent skins that you get for login rewards, not temporary skins. The cat's in here, so if the green screen explodes, we'll all know why. Hold on, I want to see... Oh man, the Scorpion. I'm really interested in this whole, like, Navy issue thing. That... I'm telling you, man. The Caldari Navy wins the skin game. I didn't know that this is true about... This is apparently true about biosecurity responders, too. But this is not true about any of the others. Thank you for all the follows, by the way. Let's look. Hold on. Was there any other ships? What, anybody wanted me to look up a specific ship? The Vagabond? Gal Navy camo doesn't get the treatment. Boo! See, just another example of CCP's favoritism towards the Caldari over the Galente. It's brazen. Hell? You want the hell? It's every single ship, guys. You don't need to ask if it is X, Y, or Z. I think, well, not every single ship. Like, every single regularly gotten ship. To include the Marshal. Where am I looking? I need... What am I looking for again? Hell. Where did the hell go? Watch, as I say this, there's no hell, right? Is there no super carriers? Naglfar. There it is, hell. It's not on the pirate faxes. Oh, okay, yeah. That's true. There. Some of these skins look good. Some of them have really bad stretch points, if that bothers you. All right. Let's see. Going back to Amar, we can look at some of the Amar again. Omen Navy issue. I do like it with the gold. So literally all it is, if you want to see any of these skins, you just turn on the biosecurity responders and then like set your monitor to to be super red shifted, I think. I don't know, whatever. Either way, you know, if you replace this with yellow, if you replace blue with yellow, it's the same skin. So if it looks good with biosecurity, it'll look good here. Yes, it is on T3 destroyers and T3 cruisers. Shuttle. Here's the Legion. I think we already looked at it a little bit. No. Wait, did we? We can also look at the Proteus. I guess if they're on... Wait a minute. I just realized something. We don't even need all of these because I don't need to make my thing explode. Are these all... Yep, everything else is Halcyon Dawn. Because I can just go in here. Scroll down. Maybe not that far. Turns out, so there's 247. There you go. There's 247 ships with the Halcyon Dawn skin. Okay. This works. Got it. All right. Now we're cooking with fire. That looks good. I mean, yeah, biosecurity is going to be good for some people. This is going to be good for others. Now, it's worth noting that these are not items. These will redeem directly to your character when you complete it, or when you get one. And apparently they will avoid giving you the same skin twice. Fozzie, while we're dreaming things up, I want the lore text, if any, about the ship to be down here when the skin is being shown. I want it to be on the skin preview, like just text right here. That's what I want. Make a note of that. Not just... where else are we going? Can we get a picture of our corp CEO as a ship skin? Oh lordy. Apostle? That's true. Very code-like. That looks good. It makes the Jamil memorials look much more like embossed. But I'm sure that's the same is true with biosecurity. Yep. That's really reflective. Let's see if it's the same amount. Oh, the Halcyon Dawn has kind of a brownish tint to it, whereas the biosecurity is much more like a blackish, almost like it has a little bit of bluishness in the black. Do the cormorant? That looks all right. It's good. No real stretching. It's pretty solid. All right. I'm going to go look on HoboLeaks to see if there's anything else we want to look at. Oh, yeah. These.
The power they would have, they would be immortal.
All right. So that is legitimately kind of interesting, right? Like, is this... Which one got the Valkyrie skins last time? Hold up. Oh, yeah. They just expanded the Valkyrie skin line. That feels really relevant to me. That feels like it's something to pay attention to. Coldwave 07 to you. 07's in chat. Thank you for that. Twitch Prime sub. That is legit. Is this a thing on Tranquility? I don't think so. Yeah, the first ones were brought out when Valkyrie Warzone was a thing, I think, right? Yeah, I think this was there, and then now they've come out with it for the Worm, too. I mean, Valkyrie still exists. It's still totally playable, and it no longer requires VR. I've been thinking about making a series where I try to, like, promote people to come and play Valkyrie. But, it's very interesting that CCP is going back to this. Even though this is very probably just part of the event that's coming up, the Easter egg event, because Valkyries are part of the Garistus lore. But yeah, we looked at the wacky new boosters on HoboLeaks. Valkyrie on Trank is everything except for the Garistus? Okay, well maybe the Abaddon did get given out. Or maybe it was just never sold. I don't know. Whatever. Is there anything else to pull up? Oh, the hoodies. Oh, so this looks pretty clearly that it's going to be given out either for the anniversary or FanFest, right? No, it's not. It's not FanFest. So this would be for the anniversary. This is clean. This is super clean. By the way, guys, if you didn't know this, Super Luminal. Right now, if you go and get an Epic Game account, Epic Games gives out free games all the time and whatnot, and you can get Eve on Epic as well. And once you sign up, or once you purchase it on Epic, it just shows up in your launcher as one of your options. But if you do that, you can also pick up a set, there's a DLC that's free that has this one. It has all of these superluminal things. Hold on, let me show you. So this coat, and this is, by the way, this is actually glow in the dark. Like, it's hard to see in this preview, I think, but like it actually is, from what I saw, legitimately like neon glowing. So this is available right now. You can go and make a new character on Epic Game Store and get these right now. These glasses are really slick. I think that they use the same models as other things before, but obviously a very new kind of take on the matter. I was legitimately tempted to put on this suit, which one of the things that I find very interesting is why are they bringing up Superluminal as well? Semiotique Superluminal. They're the leaders in FTL communication. They're the CEO, I think, was the guy who created the scope. Like, they're a very well established organization, big time, bigly. And then their pants. I don't use Epic that much either. I just have an Epic account because every like 2 weeks to a month they give away a free game. I literally have 180 or something like that free games from Epic. Yeah, you have to buy Eve, which is free on Epic, and then buy the Superluminal pack, which is also on Epic, and then you get into that character, get through enough of the tutorial to make it so that you can break out of it, and then, trade over the stuff to your main character if you want, and then never use it again. Yeah, Epic actually gives away some pretty amazing games for free. Can I do it through the website, or do you have to install them? Yeah, I did notice that Epic does need to quote unquote install its own version, but then when it was done, it did like open up the normal launcher. So I don't know 100% how that all works. I just know that that's how to get this stuff. And then of course the female. There's also a couple of the skins. I think it's the exploration frigates. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Oh yeah, because they're the ones without the diamond on them. So semiotique superluminal skins for the exploration T1 exploration frigates for free. If you don't want to get Epic Games, then I suppose you could always just rely on the secondary market to buy it. Hopefully they'll be pretty cheap given the fact that they are free to the person selling it. As with anything else in Eve, one man's inconvenience is another man's profit. Yeah, it'd be in the items redeemed queue for that character. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, but that's I think my son's watching shows or whatever. Anywho, back to the matter at hand. Hoodies. This looks like it's for the anniversary. The ship skins are attached to the account. No. Nope. I traded them. Yeah. So that's that one. Oh, that's really cool. It has little XIX all the way around it. That is pretty fun. I wonder if, like, Omegas will get one and Alphas get the other or something? I don't know. I legitimately like these hoodies. Like, if I could get this in real life, maybe not that one. If I could get this one in real life, the XIX is a bit too flamboyant, or not flamboyant, but like over the top with all the colors and stuff. But I would legit wear this. This looks comfy. Still waiting for female hair under hats. So that's because the hat literally replaces the hair object, right? Like, you don't have a haircut. Your haircut is beret. I believe that's how it works, right? Okay. Look, cloning technology only goes so far. Besides, none of these images are real. None of these images are real. These are all just like Concord gets to like let you pretend and dress up your play doll, your Barbie doll, but these are not your clothes that you're wearing. You know how you can tell? Because anytime you get potted, you're naked. All right. Is there anything? Let's look at some of the boosters, I guess. Actually, there's some more skins. Yeah, I used to walk around in my little cabin too. I was one of the 2% or whatever that still had captain's quarters active. So the Hunter Quiver skins, these are for the event, right? There's already plenty of Hunter Quiver skins, but they're adding in several more. Real quick. But these are auto applied. So chances are so chances are, I'm just going to make a prediction here. The red versus blue skins are going to be the login reward, and these specific Hunter Quiver skins are going to be the track reward. We'll see. Hunter Quiver skins are... I don't see these in, like, being used that much, even though they look pretty good. They just don't get as much, like, recognition as, say, like, Spirit or whatever. Like, that's clean. I don't want to talk about how expensive my arm sleeve is on Ashtarothi, even though no one ever sees it. Um, So it looks like command destroyers and one of the cruisers, right? Because it's Pontifex, Omen, Stork, Moa, Magus, Vexer, Bifrost, Scythe. Yep. Command destroyer and one frigate. Or what? Sorry, one cruiser. You usually tend towards Caldari specific. Well, that's because you're a monster. Hey, Spoons. I've only seen people with 100 quiver skins on carriers. The Red Force, Blue Force skins have been on event reward tracks for the past several events. I understand that, but there's it could be that the 100, it could be the other way around. You're absolutely right. But because it could be Alpha and Omega. In fact, you know what? That's actually my new guess. My new guess is that the Red Force, Blue Force skins are on the track, and the cruisers are the Alpha login reward, where the command destroyer is the Omega login reward. That's my guess. Then there's a new set of Abyssal Glory skins. These are gotten through Abyssal PvP. They're not offered very frequently. And so if you see one of these skins on a ship, you know that that means that they got in the top 100% top 100 people for at least one Abyssal Proving Conduit. I really wish I had gotten more into Abyssal. I never ever get to put in the time that I want to in the Abyssal Proving Conduits. If they're not auto-activate, then they're drops. But they are auto-activate. That looks clean. I want this skin so much. I'm going to have to figure out what to do. Pay attention to that one. I don't know why this is a new item. Flat ground. Yeah. But my point is that like login rewards often has an Omega and a Alpha section. So it makes sense for them to give it out in 3 different days with the, or 4 different days, I guess, with the cruiser being the Alpha reward and the command destroyer being the Omega. Oh, that's pretty clean. So Ace of Pod Hunters. Oh yeah, so these get sold on the market. These get sold on like the real, this is a cash shop item that gets sold during the event. During the Easter event. So let's just look it up. So now there's these 15 of them. Ah. Let's see. Zealot? Yeah, we just looked at that one. Cormorant? Yeah. This is not today's update. This is last week's update. I'm just showing these off because I haven't shown off these skins yet. And we're talking a little bit about the event that's coming. This is all stuff that I haven't covered because it was like during this week when I was... My son has been on spring break. That's pretty cool. Hold on. So it's... Oh, no. So how many of these are we going to see now? That is legit. That is legit. That is a good skin right there. Look, right? That like it looks like it's made for that panel. The Garissus rabbit's right there. This is just a well done skin. This is a good match for the ship. I'll put it that way. Did you see the string change for the Gristus pot eggs? Yeah, they changed it to just be more generic, right? Yeah, Stormtrooper White. That's true. Ishtar. See, that's cool, but that's not nearly as cool as it is on the Munin. What's up? What's my Valkyrie tie-in? Oh yeah. They removed the last line, which is what specifying that it's something. Yeah, the single life form is on board. They're probably just not going to drop the corpses anymore, or the DD informant bodies anymore. That's pretty good. Let's see, Raven. I could see people getting a Raven, and that's okay. Typhoon Fleet. I guess this might already have existed. Nope, it's right here. So, So once again, I think that you might see this in like PvP fleets. But these are premium skins. You have to pay cash. Or somebody had to pay cash. Yeah, too many DD informants last time. Can't justify it. Can't justify doing it every year. Why did they get the Tempest and the Typhoon Fleet issue? Wait, what? That actually looks pretty good. See? That looks clean too. The ones where they can put it on both sides, so it's in the corner of a panel, that looks good. I'm so confused. Hold on. So the only battleships... Yeah. Okay, so you have the Raven, the Rattlesnake, but then you also have the Typhoon Fleet and the Tempest Fleet. None of the other Navy ships, just the Mimitar ones. Which, I mean, these are the battleships that get used a lot in PvP compared to other battleships. But that's pretty funny. Oh, it did go into the Raven this time. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So all of them except for the Garistus ships. So they used to only be for the Worm, the Gila, and the Rattlesnake, but now it's on this whole line. When were EVE players hypnotized into loving skins so much? Well, paying attention to the skins is one of the things that I've always done. I mean, I've been posting Imager collections of all of the skins as they get added to Sissy to Reddit for like years now. I do agree that events should be a good opportunity to gain standings with those factions or with the enemy factions. Like, you know, if I go and hunt the Garistus, I should be able to gain some respect with the Kaldari. Maybe security standings at least. I don't even think it gives you sex status. Yeah, friends don't let friends fly without a skin. All right. Is there anything else that we want to cover today? I kind of need to have a shorter stream today because my son is still, like, he's here. His sister is watching him for now, but she's also got to leave soon. So did I cover everything? So there is an Easter event that's coming probably early April. In fact, I would argue, hold on, there's an April Fool's Day event. It goes April 1st through something. It's not only on April 1st. It's several days. Let me go look. Where's your new home base? Well, they're operating throughout where they're deploying all over the place. Shh. Sorry, I'm scrolling through Hobo Leaks. What? I don't believe you. Sorry, it's telling me that the word April doesn't appear in any of the strings, and I feel like I've messed something up. Is it because Tranquility's been updated with the strings? Oh, yeah, that's why. So April 1st through April 5th is the Proving Grounds. So it's very possible that right after that, let's look at the calendar. Yeah, so the 5th is Tuesday. So the 6th would be a good day to start the hunt. When is Easter this year? Does anybody know? The event where you get stuff and CCP says just kidding. Well, no, it's the event where the thing that CCP gives you might be good or bad. Yeah, I think that that was supposed to be the thing. So the 17th of April. So that might be too early. It may very well be that the hunt starts on like the 12th or 13th. But it could start as early as the 6th, because the 6th would take it to the 20th or the 19th, which is just after Easter. That actually might make sense because it's the 2 weeks leading up to Easter, but not going very far past it. So the event will either start on the 5th or 6th or the 12th or the 13th, and probably go for about 2 weeks. There will be the April Fool's Day free-for-all with Cruisers, Omen, Caracal, Thorax, Stabber, Mauler, Moed, Vexer, and Rupture with the random bonuses. There is the anniversary that is coming up soon, and of course FanFest that's coming up soon. So a lot of things coming up. And we also have some of the stuff from the patch notes, where we have the changes coming to structures, making them a little bit weaker against capitals, and also the Vortron not working at all against super capitals, or sorry, sub capitals, which of course means that the Vortron projector is nearly useless in HiSec, which is good. We also have the buffs to the Proteus coming, which is all of the good things in all of the wrong places, because they didn't buff the drone subsystem, and now I'm sad. No, they make it so that they're giving the Proteus more fitting room, or rather, they're giving it a bonus that reduces the fitting requirements of plates. And something else, right? What is the other thing? Is it not here yet? I thought it was here. I don't know. Mass penalty reduction from plates. And fitting. That's what it was. I see a calendar saying that the hunt starts on the 30th of March. I don't know where that calendar is, but that would make it so that the hunt ends before Easter, unless it goes for 3 weeks. So, wasn't that the Keepstar? Yeah, only the Keepstar can use. One second. I'm looking for... Proteus defensive augmented plating goes from 25 to negative 25, whatever the heck that ends up meaning. I thought I saw... Oh, here we go. No, never mind. I thought I saw stuff about the actual change, but I don't think that there's text up yet. Oh, is that it? It's part of the augmented plating subsystem. Is that right? I'm not sure. I'm not sure the details exactly of that buff, but all that stuff is coming, it looks like, in April, with FanFest coming shortly thereafter. When exactly is a FanFest? May 6th through 7th. So there's 41 days, guys. 41 days to FanFest. That is getting really, really close. I'm really excited to see what they have to talk about.